So today we are doing an arthropoda crayfish lab. We're going to dissect our little crayfish here, Mike. So our crayfish here has the cephalothorax up front here with the head and the abdomen, so it has two segments. So as you can see, this is the flipper, and it's made up of telson and uropods, these little things. If you flip it over, you can clearly see the cephalothorax and the abdomen more clearly on the back side. Just a note here, each paired appendage attaches to a different segment, so they're all on a different segment, as you can see. So Scott and I have determined that there's 28 appendages that are sticking out. We kind of had trouble counting the little swimmerets, but that's what we think we got.
These appendages include the telson, the swimmerets, the legs, the claws, and the antenna, mainly.
Yeah, and there's all the little things that we have to count there. So here we have the eyeballs of our crayfish, and they're compound eyes, and beneath them is the rostrum.
Between the eye we have the rostrum, which is also called the spiny beak, as you can see here.
You guys know the function?
And it's for protection for the head and for the eyes and all upper body parts.
We guess that there are around 500 facets per eye.
So right here we have our antennas, which are the bigger ones, and the attenules, and their function is for sensory and to find food and stuff for this little creature. So next what we're going to do, we're going to dissect the mouth, and in there you'll see 2 pairs of maxillae, 3 pairs of maxillopedes, and 1 pair of mandibles. So we're going to take those out and then we'll show them. So here we have Mike, as we like to call him, pinned down. So now Scott's going to start to take the mouth parts.
Okay. So the mandibles are these hard things in between the outer mouth parts.
So here's our mouth parts now that we've taken them out. We got our first maxilla here. This is our second one. And then this is the first maxillopede. And our second one. Okay. As you notice, the ones here have gills on them. So the little black stuff. Okay. And then we have our third maxillopede here. There's the little thing off to the side there. And this here is the gill. And once again, the mandible is that hard thing right there.
Right in there. Yep.
Okay, so on our crayfish, we have these claws, and they're pinchers. They're called chilopods, and they're used for obtaining food and defense, as you can see. If you ever had a lobster bite you, yeah, it hurts. And then here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of walking legs. As you can see, they are jointed and they are very advanced in walking along the bottom of the ocean. So here at the back, we have all our swimmerets, as you can see, these little things. And we have concluded that our crayfish is a male because of the pseudopenis. And yeah, so that's why we named him Mike. And there's, I'm not sure what their name is, but yeah. So at the posterior furthest back on our crayfish, we have the flipper, which animals use to make rapid movements backwards. It's usually used to escape predators, but yeah. And then it's made up of telson and uropods, which are, these are the telson. As you can see, there's pairs of them. And then you have all the little uropods along the back there. And then the anus is right there. Right back. Somewhere here. I don't know. So now Scott and I are going to look at some internal anatomy of our crayfish. So here we have Scott cutting open it so we can examine the internal anatomy of it. So here we have Scott trying to take the shell off. He's still slowly working at it.
Shut up.
Okay, so we have the shell all separated and ready to take off, but there's some muscles on there. There's 2 muscles underneath it, so we have to cut those off so we can get into it, and that's what Scott's doing right now. These muscles are to hold the whole thing together since it is an exoskeleton, so all the internal stuff is inside it. And
more like destroy her innards. And we'll go back to it. Once we broke out these legs. This is hard. How do you get these off?
It's kind of like deshelling shells, so you can eat them.
What?
So here we are, we're just opening it up. We kind of destroyed it a little. The gills are kind of, and the muscles are kind of sticking to the shell. So there we have it. As Scott should turn it over this way. Here we have our gills there. They're pretty delicate, all the internal anatomy is, as you can see. So yeah, now Scott is going to attempt to pull the legs off.
I will succeed.
And then after we do that, we are going to take the gills out. Maybe we should use scissors, Scott.
You put your hand up and I'll just like cut off this other side, I guess.
There we go.
I like how we were supposed to. No, that was the other part. The biology thing.
Got 3 off and got 1 more left.
What, we're supposed to have like an open box? Oh no, that's on Monday. Oh, okay.
There we go.
Okay, so now Scott's going to take the gills out.
With scissors?
Look at ours is like
Yeah, just snip them.
So the gills have a very large surface area, so obviously they need lots of oxygen and air to live. So here on ours, we have the heart right here, okay? And these are the reproductive organs, the testes. And then we're going to go a little further and then you'll see the digestive glands. So our digestive glands are deep down in there, you can see they're the orange or yellow things. They're about the size of like a penny when you take them out. So there's the digestive gland once we take it out. So here we have the intestine, which connects to the stomach. And just up here, it'll be inside there, is the brain. And on one more note, we have the big muscle tail here, which is what you eat on a lobster.